Again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the National Equestrian Center. January the 7th, 2017, our edition of harness racing here tonight. A cool night. Hopefully the weather holds up for us, and these are our entries for our first heat of the evening. This for the 110 and 1 and slower division time bar. Out in front, sporting the number 1 saddle pad is Rock On, out of the Hang 'em High stables, and being driven this evening by Mr. Kelsey Durham. And on the outside, sporting the number 2 saddle pad, the Trotter, Just Like That, out of the Graceland stables, and being driven this evening by Mr. Zeno Cooper. Again, this is for the 110 and 1 and slower division time bar. Yeah, our stock car has now collected our 2 entries for our first heat of the evening. 2 ponies up and 2 ponies out. Let's sort them out as they come out of the first turn. And the rail pony Rock On trying to hold off the Trotter, who's making a bid already on the outside, staying too wide of the rail pony Rock On as they head across our here on Spectator's turn into paddock turn. And down the backstretch they go, Just Like That, still locked on the outside, trying to make a bid around Rock On, who's having nothing of it. The rookie in the bike, Kelsey Durham, with Rock On out in front, setting the pace up over Just Like That, the Trotter, as they go around the Hang 'em High turn. Out of the Simpsonville turn they come. It's Rock On now as Just Like That settles in behind. Rock On leading them across us one more time here on Spectator's turn. Just Like That taking a peep again on the outside as they head around paddock turn and down the backstretch for the final time in this heat. It's Rock On the inside, Just Like That winding up on the outside, making a bid as they heading down into the Hang 'em High turn, too wide, neck and neck now. Pace for pace, stride for stride as they come out of the 4th turn. It's still Rock On the inside, just edging out in front of the Trotter, and the Trotter coming on strong down to the wire. Oh, I'm talking about a photo finish for our first heat of the evening. Too close for me to call. We'll have to go to the camera. Here come our entries for heat number 2 of the evening. Out in front, sporting the number 1 saddle pad is IC's Overextended, owned by the Whited family and being driven this evening by Mr. Tyler Lopes. And on the outside, sporting the number 2 saddle pad, Broner's Mike, out of the Inwood stables, and being driven this evening by Mr. Nicholas DeCosta. This is for the 104 and 2 and faster division time bar. Now, stock car has collected our 2 entries for heat number 2 of the evening. 2 ponies up and 2 ponies out. Let's sort them out as they come out of the first turn. This for the 104 and 2 and faster division time bar. IC's Overextended, the rail pony, the pace setter, now being chased down by Broner's Mike as they go across us here for the first time on Spectator's turn. Into paddock turn and down the backstretch they go. IC's Overextended, blistering down the backside with Broner's Mike hot on his heels. No quarter between them as they head around the Hang 'em High turn. As they come out of the Simpsonville turn, still matching pace. It's Broner's Mike chasing IC's Overextended across us one more time. Into paddock turn. And down the backstretch they go for the final time in this heat. Still IC's Overextended. Broner's Mike now just losing 1 step on him as there's a bit of space has grown between them as they head around the Hang 'em High turn. Out of the 4th turn. And down the home stretch they come. It's IC's Overextended now, legging it out away from him by 3/4 over Broner's Mike. That is unofficial. 1 saddle pad is G.I. Jane, owned by Mr. Derek Seymour and being driven this evening by Mr. Maurice Rayner. And on the outside, split into number 2 saddle pad, Major Medical, out of the Hang 'em High stables and being driven this evening by Mr. Kelsey Durham. This is for the 108 and 2 to 110 division time bar. Okay, our stock car has now collected our 2 entries for this heat number 3 of the evening. 2 ponies up and 2 ponies out. We'll sort them out as they come out of the first turn. And the rail pony G.I. Jane getting a good jump over Major Medical at the start, coming out of the first turn, out in front by about a half a length now as they come across us for the first time on Spectator's turn. Out of neighboring stables, G.I. Jane, the pace setter, out in front of Major Medical as they head down the backstretch for the first time. G.I. Jane now being pushed along by Major Medical as he's closed the gap as they head around the Hang 'em High turn. Out of the Simsfield turn they come. It's still G.I. Jane with Major Medical hot on his heels. Rocking and rolling across us one more time. Maurice Randall with G.I. Jane. Still being chased down by Major Medical, who now tips to the outside as they head into paddock turn and down the backstretch. There he goes, turning the cylinder zone. Is Major Medical making way around G.I. Jane as they blaze down the backstretch into the Hingham High. It's now Major Medical out in front and walking away from G.I. Jane as they come out of the fourth turn and down the home stretch. It's Major Medical over G.I. Jane. And here come our entries for heat number 4 of the evening. Out in front, sporting the number 1 saddle pad, Inwoods Generation, owned by the Truan family and being driven this evening by Mr. Christian Truan. With the number 2 saddle pad, A Touch of Red, owned by Mr. Arnold Manders and being driven this evening by Mr. Ryan Manders. With the number 3 saddle pad, it's Black and Mild, owned by the Graceland Stables and being driven this evening by Mr. Zeno Cooper. And on the outside, sporting the number 4 saddle pad, Park Ranger, owned by Mr. Edward Roke and being driven this evening by Miss Andrea Westerfield. This is for the 106-2 to 107-1 division time bar. Our star car has tried to collect all 4 of our entries. 2 up and 2 back. A staggered start, a start nonetheless. 4 ponies up and out. Let's sort them out as they come out of the first turn. The rail pony, that is Inwoods Generation, being chased down by A Touch of Red. Back another length and a piece to Black and Mild. He has a pill broken, but still pacing on, being pushed along by Park Ranger. Around paddock turn and down the backstretch they go, all spread out. Inwoods Generation still out in front by a half length now over A Touch of Red. Back 2 lengths to Black and Mild, who's still being pushed along by Park Ranger, who trails the field. Running as they started 1, 2, 3, and 4 as they come out of the Simsfield turn. It's Christian Truan with Inwoods Generation giving himself some breathing room now. He's growing that to 1 full length now over A Touch of Red. Still back 2 lengths is Black and Mild being pursued by Park Ranger. Around paddock turn and down the backstretch they go. Inwoods Generation checking out on these guys. He's growing himself 3 lengths now over A Touch of Red. A Touch of Red now has his hands full. Black and Mild and Park Ranger right into the mix. Out of the 4th turn comes the front runner though, is Inwoods Generation all by himself. Inwoods Generation over A Touch of Red with Black and Mild and Park Ranger. They finish as they started.